Hello and welcome to this AS Business Studies revision webinar with me, Graham Pryor from Tutor to You. And in this revision webinar, we're going to be looking at market size, growth and share. So market size, you need to be familiar with and be able to calculate market size by volume as well as market size by value. The difference being volume is how many and value is how much. You need to be able to calculate market growth, so an understanding of how to calculate percentage increases and decreases is essential. And you also need to be able to calculate market share, which is a percentage of the market controlled or owned by one particular business or product. So the easiest way to explain this is through the use of some examples. So we're going to look at a business called Truffle Shuffle, which is one we looked at in one of our exam coaching workshops a couple of years ago. Now, Truffle Shuffle is a retro t-shirt retailer which was founded by Pat Wood, and the idea for the business began after Pat was seen wearing a Goonies t-shirt which he bought on holiday in the US. Back in his hometown of Bristol. After being constantly asked where he got the t-shirt from, he decided to set up the business Truffle Shuffle. Now in 2014, Truffle Shuffle turned over £80,000, employing 5 staff, and Pat is very keen to expand the business further and move into more mainstream t-shirts. Now we've got some market analysis information below. So Pat has carried out some market research on the t-shirt market, which revealed that in 2014 the size of the t-shirt market by value was 2.2 million, which was up from 2.15 million in 2013. And his secondary research also revealed that the market is forecast to grow by a further 3% between 2014 and 2015. So based on the previous information, we are going to calculate the market size in 2015, the market growth between 2013 and 2015, and Truffle Shuffle's market share in 2014. So looking at the market size in 2015, let's see how we would calculate that. When we know the market size in 2014 was 2.2 million, it's forecast to grow by 3%. So a simple way to calculate it is simply times 2.2 million by 1.03, which gives us a market size in 2015 of £2.27 million. Moving on to calculating the market growth between 2013 and 2015, well, we know the market size in 2013 was 2.15 million. We've just calculated the market size in 2015, which we know to be 2.27 million. So a simple way of working any percentage increase or decrease out is simply find the difference divided by the original and times 100. So what we've done is there we've got the difference between the market size in 2015 and 2013. We divided by the original market size, which was 2.15 million. Multiply that by 100, which gives us a percentage market growth of 5.58%. Now moving on to our last calculation, the market share in 2014. Well, the market size in 2014, as we know, was 2.2 million. Truffle Shuffle achieved sales of 80,000 in 2014. So the market share is simply 80,000 divided by 2.2 million times 100 to give us a market share, or Truffle Shuffle's market share, of 3.6%. Now I'm going to give you a little piece of exam advice here to always show you're working out when performing calculations. Now this way, even if you get the final answer wrong, you may be awarded some marks if the examiner can see some evidence of understanding in your calculations. Always show you're working out when performing calculations. I'm going to introduce a slightly more complex calculation now. I'm just going to develop the example a bit further to say that in 2013 the market size by value was 2.15 million. This was an increase of 1.8% from 2012. Now a common mistake that many students might make when calculating this is to simply find 1.8% of 2.15 million and then take that off the 2.15 million and assume that will be the market size in 2012. That's actually incorrect. This is called a reverse percentage calculation. It's very simple to do. To work out what the market size by value in 2012 is, you simply divide 2.15 million by the percentage increase, which is 1.8%. So 2.15 million divided by 1.018 will give a market size in 2012 of 2.11 million. Now we're going to move on to our final example, which is a bit more realistic of what you might get in an exam. So I've got another mini case study for you here. So we've got here Len Scap works part-time as a wedding photographer in Weardale in addition to his full-time job working in a local supermarket. Len is considering leaving his full-time job at the supermarket to pursue his dream of being a full-time wedding photographer. Len charges £500 per wedding and he estimates that in his first year he will secure 45 bookings. This would give Len a 15% share of the local market. Calculate the size of the market, value and volume for wedding photography in Weardale. So let's look at how we would work this out. So I've summarised some of the key information. So we've got Len Scap photography, price per wedding £500, estimated bookings 45, market share 15%. So how would we work out the market size by value? Well, first of all, we multiply the price per wedding by Len's estimated bookings, which gives us 22,500. We then need to find out what 1% of that is, because we want to find out the total market, which is 100%. So we simply divide 22,500 by 15, which is the 15%. So that tells us that the 1% of the market size by value is 1,500. And we want to find out what the total market size is by value. So we simply times that by 100, which gives us a total market size by value of £150,000. Very simple. Let's look at how we would calculate that by volume. It's actually even simpler than the previous example. So he's got estimated bookings of 45. We want to find out what 1% of that is. So 1% of that is 3 bookings. We want to find out what the total market size is by volume. So we times that by 100, which gives us a total market size by volume of 300. Good. So that concludes my revision webinar on market size, growth and share, and I hope you found the examples useful. For more help on business studies, you follow @Tutor2You on Twitter, or you can follow myself @Tutor2You Graham. Thanks very much for listening.